W.F. Howes presents an unabridged recording of The Hamilton Notes by George Hamilton, narrated by George Hamilton. Prologue. Dawn broke in Bosnia, and they were gone. The press corps, the soccer writers of Ireland, like snow off a ditch. I felt a bit like a war correspondent who'd chosen to ignore advice and stay on, watching as the last flight out took to the skies. My colleagues were in the air. I was alone in Sarajevo. I was no hero. Sport had brought me to the Balkans and had served up a perfect opportunity. With all of its history, this would be the ideal venue for me to don my other hat, lay down the commentator's microphone, settle into a radio studio, and bring travel to life on RTE Lyric FM, presenting the music on the Hamilton scores. There was no need to rush. With the hour time difference, I wouldn't be on air until 11, so I had time to linger. Over the fruit, coffee and cold cuts in the Marriott Residence Hotel beside the little play park in Skenderia Street, I perused the online editions of the Dublin papers. The taxi would be along soon enough. I checked. It was only a 10 or 15-minute ride to the radio station. We'd come to the city for the first leg of a European Championship playoff, the last chance saloon for a nearly team. The Republic of Ireland, or Bosnia and Herzegovina, would qualify for the finals in France the following year. We'd spent the previous evening peering through the gloom of a fog that enveloped the football stadium in Zenica, an hour away from the capital. It turned into one of those matches that looked as if it was destined to end scoreless, which would have been perfectly acceptable with the return in Dublin to come. You couldn't really see a goal coming, and when it did, with around 10 minutes to go, you couldn't really see it at all. A Bosnian attack down to the right had just ended with the ball safely in the arms of the Irish goalkeeper Darren Randolph. What happened next took place on the far side of the pitch from our seats in the press tribune. The bright LED displays of the advertising hoardings cut through the murk, but the ghostly shapes of the white-shirted Irish advance were less distinct. And as for the ball, well, it had to be part of this moving tableau, didn't it? At this point, faute de mieux, it was less of a commentary and more of a conversation between Jim Beglin and myself when he suddenly injected, "I think they've scored!" And sure enough, the low-level close-up caught Robbie Brady wheeling away in celebration. It took a second replay from the opposite angle to decipher what had actually taken place. Not even a very late equaliser could dampen the spirits. Thanks to that away goal, 0-0 in the return leg in Dublin 72 hours later would be sufficient. The Republic of Ireland did better than that. A 2-0 win sent them on their way to Euro 2016. The fog of the previous evening had lifted, and it was a sunny November Saturday morning as I stepped into the taxi.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?